we are online. Welcome to the third Global Meetup Network State. We participate in communities from all over the world. These are the cities that are hosting this event today with us: Malta, Tenerife, Buenos Aires, Punta del Este, and Yerevan. We are proud to be able to continue this global event together with these nose friends, and we hope that more nodes from all over the world will join. One more time, welcome to the third Network State Meetup.
Thank you. We welcome everybody.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome the communities from all over the world. So here we are. We are starting the third Global Meetup Network State.
Okay, for the moment, we have here the Cardano community of Latam. They are here in Lighthouse Co-work. You can see Matu here. And well, this will be the third edition of the Network State event. And we are really happy to having you here, guys. And well, I don't know if you want to introduce after some of what you are doing here in South America and Uruguay particularly. And okay, for the moment, we will wait a little bit for the people to join and start to this network state event. So please be comfortable, sit, and let's go.
So this time we have a very, very nice news that we are with the Cardano community from Latin America. So it's a great group. What do you think?
Yes, it's amazing group. Everybody has really nice potential and different areas of working. You can see it right at right. They are joined. They are just speaking for a radio, and they will be with us in a few minutes.
Yes. Well, we can tell everybody that we are here in Uruguay, Lighthouse Co-work community, and it's a privilege to us to be with this these people, this community, Cardano group. It's great, great people, and they are going to explain us what their purpose is for us, for all over the world.
Yeah. Well, we are waiting another notes of this network state. For example, Daniel from Malta. Uh, simultaneously of this network state event, also Astrid from Vagabonds in Tenerife. They are doing their offline event. Then we wanna do some edition and show every event around the world happening right now. And as you can see, you will join Cardano Latam community in a while. They are just joining after breakfast or lunch, sorry. And well, for the moment, we'll see just the image of they speaking to the radio. Well, thank you for the waiting. We are waiting like to the radio event of Cardano will finish and they will open the mic and they will just start to talk about what they are doing here.
Well, we can tell that we may talk about what is happening today. So welcome one more time to the third Global Meetup Network State. We participate in
Hello,
communities from all over the world.
Hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
how are you, friends?
How are you?
We are really,
Maybe you can tell us what's the big news today.
You didn't introduce the audience.
Yes,
What's
before
happening?
we have just talked a little bit, but wow, we can see right now, yeah,
Okay.
a lot of people.
We're making history here at
Yeah,
Light Uruguay because we are the host of this group of individuals who decided long time ago to represent Latin America to the rest of the world of Cardano community. Cardano is one of the most important blockchains, and they are from five countries. Yeah, five countries. No, Alex is here. He's leading this Latam community. Can you introduce yourself and share with us your?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'm not leading the community. Everybody's leading the community. The community has enough leaders for being a self-sustained community in that sense. And I think this is not about an individual, it's about the group, the collaboration, the community that you create. So as you said, I'm Alex Peschanker. Hello, everybody. I'm from Argentina, and I have the honor of being part of this amazing Latin American Cardano community that is being around for around a year and a half, right? More or less. And we created the community with the purpose of bringing the amazing Cardano opportunity and the blockchain opportunity to Latin America. We know that we have a region that is in need for new ways of living, new ways of creating value, new ways of developing people, and opportunity for everybody to be able to enjoy life and have a better impact in the world, let's say. But on the other side, we also think that Latin America is ready. It's a region that has talent, that has passion, that has joy for life, and is a region that, with the proper tools, can really thrive.
Qué loco.
Bueno, ahí me quedó un lazo de vuelta.
¿Qué pasó ahí? Sorry. And we'll be able to create a huge impact in the world, whether we get the tools and the opportunities that we need. And so it's a dual side opportunity, right? Because it's Latin America is in need of opportunities, and we think that we can help the world.
Tenemos a nuestro conductor bilingüe del otro lado del río.
Sorry, can you hear us?
Oh, hi,
Yes.
hi.
How are you?
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
Hi,
Thank you
Clau.
so much.
Well, here I'm with my friend Andy. I'm with Ale.
Mauro, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
us?
I can hear
I
you, but I
hear.
can't see you.
Okay. Alex is introducing his community of Latin America Cardano.
Yeah.
He's going to finish his introduction, so let him finish, please.
Of
Thank you.
course. Let us know when we can engage the both programs and continue with
Sure.
Yes, Mauro.
our
You-
This is
Well,
live television, radio,
live
and
television show. Well, we
Yeah.
complete the task,
All
Mati.
this
We are very
live.
happy to do this. We solved the technical problem, so we come back
gente
to
de más Web 3, sorry que estamos hablando en inglés, puede ser que haya gente que...
sí, la comunidad más Web 3. Bueno, Juan, después continuaremos con los chicos del otro lado del río.
Sí,
So,
perfecto.
so
Bueno,
See you soon, guys.
ya saben cómo están las cosas por allá.
Lindo programa.
So I was, as I was saying, I think Latin America has the talent, the passion, and the means to be able to produce an impact in the world. It's what we call, if we are like N-1, right? And so it's the world can help us, really can help us. There is a lot of poverty and a lot of problems in Latin America. In every single country that we represent here, we have issues. But also, there is an amazing opportunity for the world to be able to get the LATAM impact, right? And we are people
Discover Latam talent.
discover Latam talent, discover Latam people, discover our own unique way of enjoying life, and be fond of music, be fond of friendship, be fond of having a coffee and talking about life and things. And not everything is the hamster wheel that we are taught that the
Yeah.
world, the life is, right? And Latam has many opportunities to show the world that we care about those things, and that we are ready to produce an impact on that. And of course, we have a lot to learn because we were not doing so well in other aspects on our organizing of society and stuff, and we need to do better. And the world can teach us on that. And that's why we created this community, and that's why we are all together here right now. And it's amazing to be here and being able to share with other communities in the world.
Yeah, we want to know more about your talent in your community, what been doing these years, because you found, well, you are part of this Latam community
Since a year and a half.
a year and a half.
Yeah.
So you're working a lot in which
Yeah, we started with mainly with helping the Latin American community to understand the project Catalyst, which is an investment mechanism that the Cardano blockchain has to fund projects of any type, of any kind. And we realized that there was not a lot of understanding of that possibility in Latin America. There was very few people in Latin America participating of that. So imagine you have a grant investment type of fund of $16 million that is free, and nobody seemed to know that that exists and how to participate on that. And for us, that was a shame. I mean, we thought that we needed to make the word out, teaching people how to realize that this is a huge opportunity and how to be part of that. And since that, many people in Latin America and many of the people that are here were able to get funds to realize their dreams, and that is amazing. As long as our community, because our community was also funded by that project, so we were able to do a lot of stuff. For example, we are here thanks to partial funds that the community gave us.
Nice. So you're telling me that Cardano is supporting building communities and be able to move
the Cardano
through your
community.
objectives.
The Cardano community. Okay. Cardano is just a technology, it's a blockchain. It doesn't say anything or make any decisions, right? It's just a computer distributed.
Yeah.
The Cardano community is the one that gave us this amazing opportunity.
Incredible. And well, nowadays you're working on the next step of the evolution of the main project. It's related to
basically
totally decentralized the governance.
Yeah, Cardano is a special network that, in my point of view, and probably the rest of the team can explain different points of view or add to this. It's a special network because it's people-centered. I will say it's a blockchain that born with the purpose of creating a new world for the people, right? So it's not just about money, speculation, or finance. It's about creating a new world, a new way of live, and a better way of interacting with each other and generating a society with possibilities for all. And that creates different type of engagement within the community, because people, at least most of the people that we know, didn't get into Cardano because of speculation. We got into Cardano because we saw this guy, which is Charles Hoskinson, which is kind of the brain behind all this, explaining how to create a better world. And in his explanation, he didn't even mention price or speculation or markets. It was about, hey, let's build a new world. And we have the technical mechanisms and the ways and means to do it. And this is an idea, let's join, right? And most of us joined because of that. And during that transition or journey, one of the promises that Cardano made as a blockchain, as an ecosystem, is that eventually the blockchain will be truly decentralized. And why do I mean about that? If you are part of the crypto ecosystem, you know that we talk about decentralization all the time. Right? Everything is decentralized, fine. But if you look at the reality, there is no decentralization. The only decentralization that currently exists in most of the blockchains, not all, is about operating decentralized operation, which is nodes that can jump into a blockchain and decide to mine blocks and do it anywhere in the world. And that is sensor resistant and permissionless and whatever, which is great, but it's just a piece of the decentralization. Because at the end, and we know the hard way, and we can mention the forks of Bitcoin, the forks of Ethereum, and the forks of whatever, there is another piece of decentralization, which is the governance. How we decide what's the next phase in this blockchain. Okay, you came here because you want a higher price. And in order to get a higher price, you need to make a modification on the technical aspect of the blockchain. Okay, but that modification creates a higher tax rate for the people that are using the blockchain. So who decides if the price is important or the tax is important? And that's the problem because it's not solved. And many of the blockchains that we are used to use, and the most popular, are not decentralized in the governance side. That's why when something came that generates a debate, usually you end up in a forum. And Cardano looks to do things in a different way, which is we are here to decentralize everything, not just the operation of the network. Decentralize how we interact between each other, how we create something that will not rely in a certain individual or a group of individuals, but rather all of us.
Okay.
And that is a unique thing because it was never done before. There's no experience in the human race to do this at 8 billion people level, and we are here to do that. And we think that we can do that. And so last year in November, the entities that now are the central government in Cardano announced that we were ready for the next phase and that we were entering the Voltaire era. And I mentioned Voltaire, we know what it's about, right? There's no explanation needed for that. Voltaire, we are here to be free and to generate something that will allow all of us to be part of the governance of a new ecosystem, and be an active part, and take a decision, and my voice and your voice and her voice will be heard as long as we want to be heard. So that announcement is interesting, but the problem is, okay, who gets to decide how we are going to do that governance? Who is the brain that can tell all of us, hey, this is the way, right? Like the Mandalorian. And the community realized that there is no single person that will be able to do that because we are going to repeat some mistakes from the past in the history of humanity if we do that. So the idea now that we are transitioning is we have generated debates about possible ways of doing that, and we are discussing in a global discussion, not neat, very chaotic, very rispid, and sometimes heated discussion, but a discussion nonetheless. And we are all participating in that discussion and trying to structure what will be the first decentralized government of a blockchain in the world.
Wow.
And the first stage that was kind of agreed in the last few weeks was to generate something really minimum that we call minimum viable government, which is an amazing concept. I love it. Which is, okay, we are not going to start covering every single aspect of governance. So we need to start small. We need to start with a small experiment.
Using that framework or
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Which is the lean framework or the agile framework or the agile concept of doing things. And we are building that. Okay. We are kind of discussing what are the minimum things that would allow us to enact this governance next month or in 2 months, not in 10 years.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you think that we can learn how you are implementing these ideas to achieve your goal? If we need to start making decisions as a community who wants to build a new type of country or state or whatever, we need to go to through your steps you're doing
Well,
now.
Cannot tell if you need to go to
Yes,
our
as
steps,
a community, we need to
but
go
there are steps
to the
nonetheless.
governance model.
Yeah, and they are visible, and you can follow the tracks if you want, or you can create your own if you want. But the Cardano community is based on scientific type of knowledge or ways of doing things. So there is always ideas expressed in a formal form, which is a document that everybody can access and understand and discuss and debate. And that is called now in this process is the CIP, Cardano Improvement Proposal, which is 1694. This is the number of the proposal. It's on GitHub, so it's transparent,
totally public
there, and you can participate on the debate via that mean if you want. And that proposal was made by people that are really experts in the parameters of a blockchain, in the economic adversary type of science, mathematics, and governance science, and people that really understand the actual way of doing things and the actual work. So they are expert in specific fields, so they propose things, and we take those proposals and we debate. And we found that even though we may not be the top leaders or experts in the world on a certain topic, we know about life and we know what we want in Latam and what are we struggling with and how we think that the world should not repeat some of the mistakes that made Latam what it is right now. Mm-hmm. And we have some countries which are among the poorest in the world. And we have some countries and regions which are among the most dangerous wars in the world. So it's not nice realizing that some of the decisions that we made could be repeated at a world level via a very fast mechanism as a blockchain and decentralized governance. So we get together and we were able to debate and put our own opinions there. And the way we did it in Latam, at least, is, okay, how we can produce something that really represent a very complex, very diverse, and very multicultural region. Because
look, they are presenting the Cardano timeline.
So it's not easy to do that because if, for example, I'm from Buenos Aires. If I say something, I have a cultural bias because I was born there, I was educated there, I see the life as an Argentinian living in Buenos Aires, and cannot even imagine how it could be like living like Juanita, which lives in Manizales in Colombia, which has a different way of looking at life, different cultural, and none of those are better than the other. So what we set to do in Latin America is we propose to the community, hey, let's take this thing in our hands. Let's be responsible for that. We have a saying and we want to be here. So let's do it in a way that our voices cannot be avoided, let's say. So what we
Gente de los abogados.
initiative
again.
Well, I want to introduce this really nice Cardano timeline. I will put it without sound so you can explain a little bit what we are gonna look in. So let's do it. We hear you. We're gonna mute it and let's roll it.
Yeah, but the Cardano timeline is the history of Cardano, not the history of the governance. So let me finish what I'm saying. So the idea was, okay, let's do in-person meetings like this one, a meetup, as small as possible with very low expectancy and very low budget. There's no need to spend $10,000 in a meeting to discuss. You just invite some friend to take a coffee or or a grappa or a tequila or whatever, and then you have a conversation, right?
Okay.
And we said that idea. Okay, let's meet to do this, and we were very lucky because the IOG, which is the development company in Cardano, and Cardano Foundation, at the same time has an idea of, hey, let's support the community to have this talk, and let's bring money to the table so the community can meet and have a proper space to debate and have experts or materials or whatever. So we had already started that idea, and then money comes in, and we were helped by these entities to make this initiative thrive, and we did 10, 11, Lucas, amount of workshops.
I think they were like 13.
13, counting
30 or 13?
13.
Wow.
13. In
Today will be 14.
in 6 countries in Latam, Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, Chile, Argentina,
Venezuela.
and Venezuela. And after that debate, like kind of a first step into the regional debate, we decided to have a pan-Latin American meeting, which is the one that happened yesterday here in neutral zone, because there was no workshop in Uruguay. It will be next time, but not this one. And we get together with one representative from each workshop in order to put everything together without judging. Okay, that was a kind of a rule here. We are not here for representing ourselves as individuals. We are representing the community. So any idea is a valid one, even the ones that are contradictory between themselves. So we created a document in English. We translated everything. We put it in a form that everybody in the world can understand, because sometimes it's difficult to understand Latinians. And we didn't rule out any idea. Every single idea is valid. We put everything together during an amazing workshop that lasted until late yesterday. And we are now ready, finalizing this document, to upload it to the World Conversation. We are going to upload that document to the GitHub, so the rest of the community in the world can see what we have to say. And we are going to be present at Edinburgh in 2 weeks, which is where the worldwide community will meet in order to finalize the document to be able to enact it on the blockchain. Wow. So we expect that because of all this organized work that we did, we have a fair amount of knowledge and understanding of certain aspects of the decentralized governance that we can provide to the world.
Tremendous. Well, it's an amazing story how you are doing history, because I believe that it's really a big example of how you are achieving goals related to a big project and a big community. That's very interesting.
Yes,
So
indeed.
use the other party in Web3 place?
Well, they just do another stream, so maybe in an after edition we can just mix it up.
Yeah.
Every event that they are having
Together,
right now
yeah.
together. But for the
Astrid
moment,
is running his own event at
Yes.
Tenerife, and Daniel is going to run his party
yeah, exactly.
at Malta.
Yeah.
And
We have to understand that we are working in different our
Time
use, time zones. That's right.
Yes.
yeah, so well,
But really interesting that Alex and Cardano community are saying, and
Yes.
that what they are doing here. So we are really glad to having you in our house, Lighthouse Co-work, and well, always welcome when you want to come back.
yeah,
Thank you so much for having us in your house, and I think it will be very interesting as we have the protagonists here
anyone
for
wants to
asking them what they
yes,
think or what they
what do you think?
Of course.
We have people from 5 different countries in Latam. Well, 4
Wow.
now. The Brazilian guy has to. But we have a good portion of
Representation,
the culture in Latam here.
Venezuela,
Colombia,
Mexico,
Mexico,
Colombia.
Argentina.
The real thing is that the office is super professional. We felt very glad here, and we have the enough space to discuss, to the technology to be able to have the tools to keep the track of this discussion. So we are really happy for being here today, and also try to encourage every community out there to do the same that what we are doing here today. Another thing that personally I really like is that some things in the office is with recycled materials, and the art, the walls is that a super plus for our generation to start encouraging things like this. So I don't know if anyone wants to add something, but this is my opinion.
Thank you, Mauro.
Please.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely a super cool place to be.
Louder,
it's,
please.
huh?
Louder.
It's a super cool place to be here. Well, not only Uruguay and Punta del Este is a fantastic place to be.
You're from
I'm
Colombia?
I'm from Colombia, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been an experience being here with friends from all over Latin America. We've already met, most of us, through a screen, and being here together, sharing our experiences and our culture has been great. The facilities here have been the best, and the people hosting the place are super friendly, and we've really felt at home. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, well, building this experience, building this decentralized government experiment, it's really a thought process that enriches every single individual and the whole group at the same time. And we're building our road to as Alex mentioned before, just getting the experience and representing the whole Latin America thought process, and then bringing it together as on our way to Scotland in a couple of weeks, where there's going to be a global experiment of bringing the whole world together in one single place and building a first minimum viable government for Cardano. So yeah,
Incredible.
very super cool thing to do, and thank you for being part of that and inviting us to your home.
Okay, nice. I want to ask you, all of you, what was the sensation that you feel when you met first time in the offline way? Okay, you're really doing this, and we need to do these steps as a part of the plan to build a new network state. Starting from online connections, building trust, okay, but you need to go and meet together in a physical place and discover things. What was this experience? Because this is your first time here.
Well,
Some of the things I always talk about Cardano is like the technology is great, people are great, but we are great while talking on a computer with just seeing our faces if they even turn on the camera on. So I always look for Cardano to go the extra mile and start seeing in the long term that it's not all about the tech and it's all about the people. And sometimes we might seem to forget that, and we shouldn't. So these type of events are the best for that, and reminding ourselves that we are a community, and the network is awesome, but it's about the people and meeting people face to face, and be able to work with someone for a year, and then be able to meet them, go out and eat.
Enjoy moments, another type of moments with others.
Yeah,
We
it just feels different, no?
totally
Better.
different.
one huge advantage of the using blockchain and the implementation is you can connect with everyone without barriers or frontier barriers or borders. But the real thing is that also you are adding value when you meet personally. So the same thing I felt happen in Mexico it was the second meeting, I guess. And today, after that event, they create a community and they are always in contact. And they, if you want, can have an event. And they also made an event about the SIP. So that's the way you can add value on chain and online, but also you can also add value in the real world. So for me, meeting Juanita and Sebastian and all the guys here that who we were with more than a year was a huge emotional sensation, professional sensation in a way, because now we met personally and we know better our values and backgrounds. I hear the history of life of every one of them, and we are talking a lot more today. But also, I see the real values and professional for the future. And today, I think we are more connecting than ever, and we can always start creating more. And even with Alex and Lucas, every single trip we made, we feel a little bit closer and a little bit more connected. And because yesterday we have a dinner that, for example, we don't even always agree, but with the time we are getting closer and closer, and we respect even more our different opinions. So that's the outstanding thing. And sometimes it's difficult to explain it in words because it's more emotional than other things. That's why I highly recommend everyone that is seeing this to meet in person.
Yeah, that's a crucial part of the path.
It's also a much easier context for the unexpected to occur. Usually when you have a screen between you, like you have an agenda, you have a schedule, you have a timeline to meet, and then when you meet, there's a lot of dead spaces in between, and that's where the magic happens, where unexpected things just come up, and yeah, you really connect with the human in front of you, and not only with the figure, with the persona that sometimes people are through a screen. So it's a much closer and much richer experience. Definitely an accelerator and an enhancer towards a network, a worldwide network.
It's very interesting because I think that the purpose of a meeting online is task related. We meet to do this and we need to accomplish that. There are no, as they said,
human connection.
Gaps for you to connect. And here you share experience, you share space, you share time, which is no longer there. You just spend it, something that you will not recover anymore. But there is no single purpose for each of those moments. The purpose is developing itself when you spend time together.
Nice.
And I've seen some communities that are being able to achieve this online. They create spaces just for hanging around. And that's amazing because they sort of create similar experiences with this. It's strange because they don't have a topic. So you see people sometimes that they don't talk. They are just in a screen doing something else, but they are sharing that virtual space. And somebody looks around and say, "Hey, how you doing? That thing. What is that thing behind you?" And whatever. And it kind of creates the same things, but it's not common. You don't normally put that into your agenda. You have to have something else as a connection with those people to do that. I have people in my teams that are totally remote, that they work probably 6 hours connected to the same meeting, and they are sharing that time and space, living in different spaces or places. But they know it. They already made that connection, so they are kind of entitled to do that. Doing that with somebody that you never connect and never do is very difficult to achieve, and that opportunity gets created when you meet.
Totally.
And when you made that first connection.
Totally agree. Well,
adding to that, we are building our family,
nice.
The way that you trust each other, and the way we work, and the way we do a lot of things. in Cardano. It's a special way to work. It's a special way to build something special in the ecosystem. That is the first steps for something that we think is a big one step in the cryptocurrency space.
Maybe in the future you can start creating a new type of country.
Why not?
Because you did the first step very well.
Yeah, that's the main reason to answer why not. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because we have the power to build whatever we want.
Exactly.
That's it.
Really nice.
Well, we have a comment of Otavio that is from Cardano Latam also community from Brazil. He just left before this event, but it's saying hello from the big room. So I hope you are doing great, Otavio. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
He's on the airport on his way to Brazil. He has the last Latin American workshop tomorrow.
Okay.
And he will be in São Paulo. So he came here to gather a lot of experience and go back to Brazil with a lot of doubts.
Vamos a nuestro compañero Alex, que está todavía con
Hola,
su
Alex.
presentación. Hola, Alex.
Chicos,
hello, buddies.
Hello, Mati.
Hello, Mau, Andy, Ale.
Hi,
Mati. ¿Cómo va?
Well, it's nice to connect. Nice to connect. Finally, how's it going? Everything. Hola, hola.
¿Se está conectando bien?
¿Se está conectando?
Yeah, we can hear you.
¿Estamos colgados?
Yeah.
¿Estamos ahí?
Yes,
We don't see them.
We don't see them, so we just we can talk as a radio show.
We see you, don't worry.
Okay. Bien.
Yes. Seems
Perfecto.
Perfect.
¿Se puede hablar en español?
Sí, hablemos en español un poco.
We are in
así.
Buenos Aires in a radio show. We call it Más Web 3, in English is Plus Web 3. So, para la audiencia de Más Web 3, les conectamos que nuestro compañero Alex está presencialmente en Lighthouse conectando con la comunidad global a través de Network State.
Está bien. Y está Matías también.
Y está Matías también, está Claudio, está todo el equipo de Cardano Latam, todo el equipo de Lighthouse. Ale, ¿cómo está todo por ahí?
Maravilloso, está todo por acá, con sensaciones muy, muy positivas, con mucha energía recargada. Como decíamos recién, conociendo gente que hace un año y algo que nos venimos viendo con una pantallita y ahora nos podemos conectar y conectar.
Malta.
Hey, Dago.
Hi, welcome.
Hello, Raúl. Hi, Dani.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Can you hear me well?
Tenemos gente de toda Europa.
Welcome to Más Web 3.
Sería el nombre en inglés, correcto.
Yes.
Welcome to our radio show.
Me imagino la gente que escucha Más Web 3 de decir,
la gente no entiende nada, ¿no?
Expliquémoselo a Emilia, Alex.
Me habla en inglés,
la
en
gente
maltés, en Europa, en español.
Maltés.
Me encantaría poder ver a nuestros amigos de Malta que están allá, nuestros amigos de Tenerife. ¿Está Astrid también?
Astrid en
Astrid
Tenerife.
Bueno, nosotros encantados de compartir esto. La verdad que el esfuerzo de los latinos es siempre fuerte, ¿no?
Sí,
no la tenemos fácil.
Totalmente.
Nacimos en una región en el mundo a donde las cosas cuestan. De la incertidumbre es parte de nuestra vida cotidiana, con lo cual no sabemos ni lo que vamos a hacer dentro de 5 minutos, ni sabemos cómo hablar a la gente del programa de radio.
Exactamente.
Y la verdad es que poder vivir esta experiencia y poder compartirla, ¿no? Me parece que es fundamental porque crea riqueza, ¿no? O sea, crea posibilidad de experiencias compartidas, economías compartidas, como tienen acá en Lighthouse, y poder salir de esa mentalidad de escasez en la cual nos educaron y empezar a generar una vez por todas abundancia en el mundo que tanto necesitamos, ¿no?
Exacto.
Qué lindo y qué importante lo que decís, Alex, porque es cambiar el chip hacia educarnos en construir riqueza y construir valor, y no en que la riqueza la construye uno y se la tienen que ir a sacar para no sé. Realmente es un gran cambio de paradigma.
Dejar de lado el egoísmo humano
Totalmente.
para estar un poco más conectado con el de al lado.
Claro,
Totalmente.
exactamente. Alex, te hago una pregunta. De este encuentro, ¿surgen las personas que van a ir a Edimburgo?
No, las personas que van a ir a Edimburgo se definió centralmente.
Ah, bueno.
A dedo.
Lo definió la gente que puso la plata.
Ajá.
Así que bueno, no hubo mucha posibilidad de decidirlo en forma descentralizada, que hubiera estado bueno, pero bueno, nada, no importa, somos latinos, aprovechamos la oportunidad.
Tenemos, ¿quién va a ser el representante latino de Edimburgo?
No, somos 5, por suerte como hubo 4 eventos fondeados formalmente por las entidades de Cardano, esos 4 eventos fueron convidados a tener un representante, y después hubo un quinto donde Mauro sacó su as de la manga la platense a lo barra brava.
Cuando hablabas de La Plata, los que pusieron La Plata, te referías a la ciudad de La Plata.
A la ciudad de La Plata. Mau Andreoli, que le mando un abrazo. Nunca nos conocimos físicamente, pero hemos hablado mucho.
Ya lo vamos a llevar a todos ahí a la
radio.
Pero bueno, básicamente vamos a ver 6 latinos representando la comunidad en Edimburgo, ¿no? 6 latinos en Edimburgo. Todavía no sabemos ni dónde vamos a dormir, pero no importa.
Está bien, lo importante es ir, lo importante es estar ahí.
Siempre hay algún castillo amigo ahí.
Seguro que algún castillo amigo.
Nos aseguraron que whisky hay, así que ya está.
Fundamental. Escúchame, Alex, ¿y tenés los nombres de las personas designadas?
Claro. Ahí en el Zoom, para la gente que nos está viendo por YouTube, estamos viendo cómo funciona esta meetup de Network State, que es la que estamos compartiendo, a donde hay varios eventos a nivel mundial. Estamos acá en Punta del Este, en Uruguay, en Lighthouse, con 2 cámaras, una donde está ahí Clau y Tommy, y el otro estamos acá. Y después están viendo abajo un señor con sombrero y pantalones cortos, que evidentemente no está en el sur.
Está en clima caribeño. Sí.
Acá estamos con Abrigo, que está en Malta, ¿no? Y esto pasa todo el tiempo, y es así de caótico, y así de rico, y así de interesante, porque de golpe paran y se saludan, de repente alguien dice, escuchemos lo que están diciendo que está bueno. Ahora debe haber un parlante ahí, alguien hablando en español, escuchándonos por ahí, dicen, ¿y esto en qué están hablando? Pero está bueno.
Estamos mostrando, audiencia, es que hay que empezar a realizar esto, encontrar lugares donde tener conversaciones como las que ustedes están teniendo en ese workshop. Y ese lugar, hacerlo frecuentemente para construir la confianza que ustedes acaban de construir por primera vez, porque el trabajo y el camino es muy largo, pero hay que tener ese lugar de referencia y empezar a contagiar esto para que se creen más lugares. Y bueno, luego esto...
Totalmente.
Chicos, ¿les parece si escuchamos unos segundos de lo que está pasando en Malta?
Bien,
a ver.
dale.
Okay, they just mute the
No,
microphone.
mutieron.
Lo mutieron a ellos.
Estamos muteados.
Todo puede fallar.
Bueno, están mostrando el video con el cual...
Un mensaje a Raúl, mandale un mensaje por Telegram a Raúl.
Dale.
Bueno,
contanos qué estaban mostrando en Malta. Están viendo el video de Balaji, ¿no?
Sí.
Veo que están...
Sí, todos los meses, todas las semanas nos juntamos a coordinar el esfuerzo que está realizando cada anfitrión, cada líder en su país, para prepararnos para este encuentro, ¿no? Y va cada uno trayendo un speaker o alguien...
Déjame de hacer una intro a la audiencia, porque seguramente que no les hemos contado qué es The Network State, ¿no? The Network State es un libro que hizo un señor que se llama Balaji, que es uno de los founders de Coinbase.
Fue el CTO.
El CTO de Coinbase, que es un exchange.
Sí.
No vamos a explicar que es un exchange porque si no se hace muy largo, pero del mundo cripto, y que tuvo la genial idea de decir, o tal vez aplicar ideas, muchas que había dando vuelta por el mundo, este concepto de cómo hacemos para usar la tecnología de lo que es Web3 para generar la posibilidad de una nación diferente, ¿no? Que en esencia es cómo creció, cómo nació la blockchain, ¿no? Y evidentemente, mamó de todas estas cuestiones, vio un poco la oportunidad e hizo un libro que está muy difundido a nivel mundial, que hay mucha gente en el mundo blockchain y en el mundo fuera de blockchain, que lo empezó a leer, lo empezó a tomar en serio y que tiene ciertas como pasos, ¿no? Sugeridos de cómo hacer este estado de la red, ¿no? O algo por el estilo, podríamos traducirlo.
Estado en red. Vitalik Buterin hizo una review del libro también.
Así que dale, ahora seguí con lo que estaba.
¿Cómo llegar a construir un país en red? Bueno, ahí está explicado en diferentes formas muy abstractas, más detalladas, y requiere obviamente empezar a repensar cosas, ¿no? Como el esquema de gobernanza que podemos llegar a implementar, qué nos define, qué propósito nos une, ¿no? Y en función de ese propósito y tener en cuenta ese camino, finalmente buscar el reconocimiento ante otros países, ¿no? Una vez que logramos ir avanzando step by step, logrando consenso, logrando unir esfuerzos, logrando crowdfundear cosas físicas que necesitemos, empezar a construir cosas, no solo un proyecto en tecnología, sino en impacto en nuestra vida, ¿no? Utilizar los espacios para el desarrollo de nuestra nación, que va a estar distribuida como un archipiélago por todo el planeta. Nuestros ciudadanos van a estar en cualquier parte del planeta. Tienen que compartir esa idea en común.
Y para eso es que tenemos nuestra colección de NFTs del Crypto Passport, del Passport del Network State, que después lo vamos a estar distribuyendo con Andy. Así que realmente fue un gusto haber conectado con ustedes, chicos. Un placer haber hecho este programa en conjunto. Creo que este es un hito histórico.
Una conexión histórica.
Una conexión histórica. Estoy muy feliz de haber logrado esta conexión, realmente muy, muy bien. Les agradecemos un montón el contacto. Les deseamos lo mejor para lo que queda del día. Disfruten a pleno. Y bueno, estamos en contacto. Seguimos conectados. A la gente de
un abrazo enorme para todos.
Okay.
¿Seguimos en inglés o en español?
No, go with Malta, Tommy. Add Malta to the streaming.
Yes, they don't open the microphone right now.
Don't worry, we are sharing this to the audience.
Yeah, we can see full screen. Let's see Dago.
Okay, he's showing the very steps of the idea of the network state. That video, it's very interesting because it shows in a funny way the whole idea. It's really...
I think that the world is pointing to South America. It's interesting.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, Daniel, it's a friend of us. He really inspired us every single day because he's from the technology industry. He's a co-liver. He's a digital nomad. Now he's living in Malta with a lot of friends in this trip, and he also promote every week these meetups, these live events in really nice places. And the culture of the co-living industry is very, very inspiring. New ways of thinking how we need to live new things. As you live these days, you've been living in a co-living here in Uruguay. I don't know if you can speak with other co-livers in the space or just enjoy all you together.
Today we speak with somebody because the bathroom door was locked. But we've been working a lot of hours here, so we didn't have the experience to share time with them.
Did you try the swimming pool? Did you try the swimming pool?
But we know there was a big party last night because there was all sort of
Nobody
rest.
goes there to the party. Yeah.
No,
not for the party.
Ah,
Just
okay.
came late.
It was over
Yeah.
when we got
Okay, you're so committed to your mission.
Yes.
Okay, and
That's-
do you think you can do a second meetup, offline meetup, in the future?
Yes. Well,
For sure.
It's the main idea of the community. The reason to connect and reach massive adoption is with these tools. And another thing is that, I know that you say that what we are doing is amazing and historical, but we know that we need to improve in some aspects. For example, we have a huge participation in South America, but we always want to have more impact in the Caribbean.
Okay.
With the Mexico event was the
Brazil.
first.
Brazil.
And Brazil, because Brazil is so huge. We have 10 members of the community, but we are always trying to reach more. And Mexico always was the first approach with the Caribbean. And for us, it's very important to have more engagement there. And as we say at the beginning, these events, offline events, in-person events, are a super useful tool to at least cut the attention to someone so they can go home and start research and connect in the other activities.
Look, you make attention to Uruguayan people here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one thing to your request of sharing our experience, one thing that we did, kind of by chance, I would say, is okay. It's like the saying: if Mahoma don't come to the mountain goes to Mahoma, right? And we were kind of thinking how we can connect to people, how we can drive more attention. We were doing Zoom meetings each week, and that was great. But we think that we needed more connection. And suddenly, and we have very young people here that really like to travel, such as nomads. But at least from my knowledge, there no one that is living that life. But they say, hey, let's go to events. Let's go to promote our community in Cardano to events. And we started locally in several local events in different countries. And that was kind of interesting because we suddenly were making connections that we were not making before, and with other blockchains and other people that were thinking differently. And that was great. And then we moved to the next step, and several of us started to travel to other events in other countries. So we traveled to Brazil, for example, and make a unique connection to the Brazilian people that up to that time was kind of reluctant to mix because of the language thing.
It's a huge barrier.
Yeah, and after that in-person meeting, the language was not that of a problem. And Otavio here made a strong connections with that after that meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So one lesson learned there is maybe you can do the same. Exactly. You can go to Malta, and Malta can come to here.
We really need to do that step.
And that would generate a different type of bonds and connection, and at the same time sharing the same spaces, but with this twist, let's say.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe it's going to be one of the future steps in this global community that we're building. Well, the idea is to start creating a connection between each member of these meetups and see if we can start building things together. And for that, we are giving that NFT as a way of making traceability of people inside the movement, and start creating digital economy in the path, because we need to create things from our real life economy and start creating share economy. Okay, that's where promoting these ideas to other people and spread the word.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is key, because without funding, there is a very large difficulty, at least for people from our regions, to be able to do this, because most of the events that we went even though we have to put some money on our own, and we are maybe lucky enough to have the money to spend that, but we were always being helped, whether it is a ticket or is a place to stay or is a, hey, come and I will introduce you to somebody that will be interested in funding something. And having a digital economy that can support this genuinely is key.
Totally, totally. And imagine this new type of economy related to one pencil or one project to other project and start connecting those projects together to create new level of economy. Well, we are trying that idea right these days here in Lighthouse, and well, this next month we are starting to empower 3 different places in Argentina, 2 co-living spaces and 1 working space, and start in those places.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I believe that's the way we can help local communities to find new tools, new financial tools to achieve their bigger goals together. Yeah. Well, I'm so grateful to having the opportunity to live with you, all of you from different countries here. And well, we give you a lot of gift yesterdays, and today we are going to give our biggest gift. That's the NFT that we produce for you, all of you. So many thanks to all of you. And well, maybe we can shut this transmission or leave the Malta way. What do you think, Tommy?
Yes, if we go out from this study, they will be on. So I don't know. Maybe the transmission we can just
We can
close
share
it.
a little bit, yes.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
it's great to be with all of us, with all of you, with all of us.
Yeah.
We are a great community. It's great. This is really magic.
And let me say something in the name of the whole Latin American community, and especially us that were able to be present here. We felt like at home, right? And I would like to thank, first of all, Mauro, which is in Argentina, was the resonator where we were thinking about places to go, and he had the amazing idea of offering this place. And then the amazing staff that you have here, like Tommy, Maxi, Romy, that were so amazingly open to our needs and so
thank you.
So let me say detail oriented about making this a good experience, because I mean, there's always things and issues and problems and things, unexpected things that you don't expect, and they were putting skin in the game there. So it's amazing. Brian also and the and of course, you, Mati, and Cloud, and the Real Talk people. We had an amazing conversation, and I see a lot of future for this. And all these connections that we created will be multiplied because of this.
I
So
hope
thanks.
Thank you so much. Well, bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.